Hello everyone, welcome to My Math Teacher. In this video, I will solve exercise 1.2 from the chapter Real Numbers. This is for class 9 students from NCERT syllabus. Question number 1 here is, state whether the following statements are true or false. Justify your answers. The first subdivision here is, every irrational number is a real number. In my previous video, I explained about real numbers. We know that the collection of rational numbers and also irrational numbers together we call them as real numbers. So irrational numbers are the numbers which cannot be expressed in P by Q form. It cannot be expressed. So it is not possible. Now what we can say, irrational number is a part of real number. So now look at the statement here. Every irrational number is a real number. Yes, true, because every irrational number is a part of real number. Second subdivision is, every point on the number line is of the form root m, where m is a natural number. The given form here is root m. In the place of m, if I apply a natural number, so let me take number 2, which is a natural number. We know square root of 2 is an irrational number which is equal to 1.4142, and it goes on, which is non-terminating and non-repeating. So let us consider another example, square root of 25. So 25 is a natural number. So square root of 25 is 5, which is a rational number. So now let us define position of these two numbers on the number line. So this is the number line. Square root of 2 is 1.414. So which is very close to 1.5. Let us take this as square root of 2. Okay. Now the next number is square root of 25, which is equal to 5. So this is the position of square root of 25. Now you can see that when we are taking natural number, we can definitely find a place on the number line. As we know clearly, number line consists of both positive as well as negative numbers. Now what about the negative numbers? Is it possible to define negative numbers with the given form? No, definitely not. Because we know that we cannot express negative numbers as square roots. So negative numbers cannot be expressed as square roots of any natural number. We can say that the given statement is false. Negative numbers cannot be expressed as square roots of any natural numbers. Third subdivision is, every real number is a irrational number. So we know from this chart. So we already know that real number consists of rational and also irrational number. It's not only irrational numbers. We can say that every irrational number is real number, but we cannot say every real number is irrational, because both together they are called as real numbers. Here the statement is false, because every irrational number is a real number. It's not the vice versa. Question number 2. Are the square roots of all positive integers irrational? If not, give an example of the square root of a number that is rational number. Here in this case the answer is clear, no. So from this chart, let me explain with this real number chart. So under the irrational numbers, the first example taken here is root 2. We know 2 is a positive integer. The value of root 2 is 1.4142. It keeps on and it goes on. What about root 4? So we know that root 4, square root of 4 is 2. Now 2 can be expressed in P by Q form. So it is a rational number. Now the next example, root 5 is also a rational number, root 6, root 7, root 8, root 9, and the next one root 9. So it goes on. So positive integers like such as root 4 is 2 and root 9 is 3. These are rational numbers. Now this statement is wrong. So now we can say no, the square root of all positive integers are not irrational. You can give some more examples. Square root of 25 is 5, which is also rational. Question number 3 is show how root 5 can be represented on a number line. So first step, we have to find the measurement of root 5. With the help of this right triangle, let us find how to measure root 5. Now as we know, I have taken AB as 2 units, BC as 1 unit. So we can find the hypotenuse which is opposite to 90 degrees, that is AC is the hypotenuse, with the help of Pythagoras theorem. That is, Pythagoras theorem is hypotenuse square, that is AC square is equal to the first side square, here AB square, plus the second side square, that is BC square. Now AC square is equal to, if I take the base AB as 2 units, it will be 2 here, square it, plus BC is 1 unit, square it, which is 4 plus 1, AC square. Now AC will be square, when it goes to the square opposite side, it becomes square root. So AC will be root 5. Now the hypotenuse AC is root 5. So with this basic information, we are going to represent root 5 on a number line. The first step, draw a line . This is the line. Here line is always enclosed with this arrow mark on both the sides. On a number line, we have to make units. So for that, no need to take any measurement using scale. Just take your compass and pencil like this, and from any point, so I'll mark this point like this, let it be 0. Now from this point, you can at your convenient measurement make units like this. This is the first unit, and from here you can make this is second unit. From here mark third unit. So this is on the positive side, whereas on the negative side you can make 1 like this and 2 like this. So you can mark this like this is 0, here 1, 2, 3. So the left side it will be -1 and -2. So this is the basic necessity which we need on a number line. The next step is we have to make a triangle with 2 units in the base and 1 in the perpendicular side. So now as we can say, when you start from 0 to 2, it's the 2 units. Now we have to mark perpendicular 1 unit distance. So how to find that? Let us see. At point 2 with more than half. So this is 1, you need not go up to 1, just more than half. Keep your compass needle at point 2, 2 units, and make a semicircle. This is the semicircle. From this point, where the semicircle is meeting on the number line, cut an arc. So this same point where on the left side, from there cut an arc. Cut an arc like this. So when the arc and the semicircle is meeting, from there draw an arc the same way like this. Draw an arc. So now we'll have a perfect 90 degrees from point 2. Here this is 90 degrees, perfectly 90 degrees. So from here we need to make 1 unit. How to make 1 unit? Just measure from here, measure from 0 to 1 is a 1 unit distance. from this at point 2 make 1 unit. Okay, this is exact measurement of 1 unit. Join 0 to this 1 unit, which will make a right angle triangle. So now we can name this right angle triangle as A, B and C. So A to B, this is 2 units, and B to C is 1 unit. So you can write, as we know, hypotenuse will be root 5 units. AC is equal to root 5 units. Now we have to represent root 5 on the number line. So how to take? Just from point 0, that is point A to C is exact root 5 units. So keep your compass and pencil should be exactly at the point C, like this. So just make an arc towards the number line like this. It comes and touches the number line at this point. So this point where exactly it is meeting on the number line. So this distance, let us take this as D. Okay, now AD is the root 5 unit measurement which is on the number line. So A to D is from this point to this point. A to D, exactly at D, this is root 5 units. So this is the simple way of representing root 5 on the number line. Hope you must have understood all these sums. See you in the next video. Until then, keep practicing. Take care. Bye.